From the heart of Montana, this is Big Sky, Small World, Carroll College's student podcast.
Big sky, small world, rocky mountain high, Montana. Took her to the big sky.
Welcome to Cheersay. I'm Maggie Pluhar, and we have a special guest, Liv Pitcher.
Hi, everyone.
And we are going to be talking about just cheer in general, some cheer history, especially here at Carroll. Since this is the first year we have an NAIA considered sport with cheer. All right, Liv. So you have a history yourself with some cheer background, correct?
Yes, I do. I always really wanted to be a cheerleader. Like for Halloween, so I would dress up as a cheerleader with my sister. I think yes, I think every little girl dreams about that at one point. Maybe that's just my opinion, but
no, I think so. Especially with the Dallas cheerleaders being so big in our generation, and just I think beauty standards in general. Like cheerleaders are like the it girls, the popular girls. I feel like,
and I think you see that a lot in movies and stuff. Just growing up generally.
Yeah, and a lot of media.
Yeah.
Like the preppiness of it, if I can say that.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I agree. I think media portrays cheerleaders in such a way that little girls do want to aspire to be like that, but they don't necessarily portray cheerleaders correctly.
Right.
Either.
Yeah. The only really experience I have with cheering is I cheered my freshman year of high school, and I only did it for one semester just because I wanted to get to know people. I had just moved from Washington, so I wanted to get to know more people and make more friends, but volleyball was what I truly wanted to do, so it was kind of just a filler for me. But my older sister did cheer for, I think, 2 years, and she really enjoyed it, and she was definitely part of the reason why I wanted to do it.
And your older sister, Cameron, for any listeners out there, me and Liv are actually cousins. So we go way back. But Cameron, she did cheer in Washington, correct?
Yes.
That's way bigger.
Yeah. It was a much bigger, it was kind of a culture shock coming to Montana and seeing how less popular it is and how people really do not care about the cheerleaders here. It's more the actual sport that they're cheering for.
This is my first year ever doing cheer in my life, was joining Carroll Cheer. And I used to make fun of cheerleaders heavily back in Jordan, playing basketball, throw basketballs purposely at cheerleaders. It was awful. I was awful. And I think in Montana that's just normalized.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of stigma against cheerleaders, oh, you only do that if you're unathletic.
Right.
If you couldn't make it on the team, then you're cheering for the team.
Exactly.
It's way bigger in different states. Cameron, or did you do cheer in Washington?
No, I left Washington halfway through freshman year, so I only started cheering when I got to Montana.
Okay. I was gonna say, did you notice a huge difference at all with the tryout process? Maybe.
I know Cameron had to do a few days of maybe double tryouts a day, double workouts to get on the team. I know for me personally, it was not hard because we did not have that much to try out for, because when I started, we weren't doing anything crazy like stunts. And if we were doing stunts, they were not insane. We weren't tumbling, we weren't flipping, we weren't doing any of that. So tryouts were very minimal. But I think in Washington, they were doing much harder stuff. So Cameron's tryouts were a lot harder than mine.
A lot more intense.
Yeah.
Well, and Miles City is kind of a smaller community in general in Montana. That's in eastern Montana. And their cheer team was, how many would you say when you were on the cheer team, the size of it?
There was maybe 6 people, including me.
And that's insane. That's crazy. I mean, not that Carroll has a lot of cheerleaders, but we are almost triple that, double that.
Right.
And I don't think a lot of schools in Montana have cheer teams in general.
Yeah, and if they do, it's similar to that size, like 6 people, maybe up to 10.
Yeah, not very competitive, at least in the high
No.
school sense.
No. Yeah.
And then college, I believe Missoula and Bozeman both have like a cheer team, but it's not like a cheer team. It's like a spirit squad.
Oh, really?
I was interested in going to UM like after I graduate to get my master's, and I was curious to see what it was. It's not a competitive cheer team. It's like a spirit squad. They don't have like they have sponsors, but they're not necessarily a sport, I don't think.
That's really surprising considering it's a Division 1 college.
I know. It's a lot of, I think, D1 schools are like that. Like Texas Tech has a spirit squad. Like they're not necessarily considered a team. They do competitive cheer, but like I think on their own.
Strange. I know there was a woman that goes to college there, and she was on that TV show on Netflix, Cheer, and she was at Navarro, and then she went to Texas Tech. I can't remember her name, but that was really surprising because when I went down there, because my sister Cameron also goes to Texas Tech to get her master's. When I went down there, I saw her like cheering for the football players, and I was like, this is actually surreal right now.
Yeah, because it's like a real person. It's
Yes.
not like a video.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really, really idolized cheer people that come from like really intense backgrounds, like Gabby Butler. For any of our listeners out there, look up Gabby Butler. The stuff that she is doing is so athletic and insane. And I think there is very much a lot to say for that and like the growth in cheer.
And she was also in that TV show called Cheer on Netflix. I think it was Maddie Brum.
Oh, Maddie Brown. Yeah, I know. I think I follow her on Instagram.
Yeah, she cheers. She cheers or did cheer at Texas Tech.
It's a lot. It's very competitive other places.
Yeah.
Like for me to never do cheer before and walk on a college team, very surprising. But like elsewhere, it is such a deep rooted connection. Like if you're not able to do a back handspring triple split thing, it's just a lot. It's a lot more intense.
And that was something that actually threw me off from cheering here. I considered actually coming here and cheering, and the things that threw me off were, one, that I was a nursing student, so I didn't think I would have time for it. But second was how the cheer team was going competitive this year, and in Miles City, small town Miles City, we did not learn how to jump or tumble or flip or do any of that. So I think the lack of interesting skills that we learn in Montana makes it hard for people to go places with cheer and actually excel and do well in it.
I agree. Like this cheer team this year, we went to Iowa for the first time, competed against Dickinson, which is ranked number 1 in NAIA cheer. And it's crazy. Like we went in there and we had our minds blown when we first went to Dickinson because that was our first competition. And what we were doing didn't look anything like the other teams. Yeah. And it wasn't bad. Like what we were trying wasn't bad. It was just different. And we scored way less than the other teams. And it's a whole new environment, like learning new things. Like we have very few tumblers. Next year, we're hoping on gaining some more. But other states like Iowa, cheer is huge. And tumbling is like it's like crucial. It's like your starting point. Yeah. Like you can't join the team if you can't tumble.
Right.
And like I can't even do a backflip. Like honestly, like I could maybe try, but it would end badly.
Yeah, I don't think I could try that and actually do that.
It's insane. I think like the way cheers progressed through history, like a little fun fact for you listeners out there, the first known cheer in the U.S. was shouted at Princeton University in 1884.
It's insane.
And like that's just a cheer. So it took them that long in history to decide, oh, guys, we can actually, a bunch of us can say the same words at the same time and yell at the team. And it was very simple. It's like, boom, 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 rah, rah, rah. Let's go, Princeton, Princeton, Princeton. It was like something very, very basic. And I think reading up on it, cheer was actually originally supposed to be like a male sport of just being loud.
Really?
Yeah. And then women were involved in it as more of a aesthetic kind of view. Like they were pieces to like make the crowd like happy about
Yeah.
like the team. They're like, oh.
That's funny because I feel like cheer is predominantly female now.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's men in it, I feel like there's kind of a stigma against them. Like, why aren't you the one playing the sport that the cheerleaders are cheering for?
Oh, yeah. It's a lot of stigma.
Yeah.
And I feel bad because the men that do cheer, very athletic people,
Very strong.
like Colby and Thomas here at Carroll. Shout out you guys doing the work, putting in the time
Yeah.
with no recognition.
Yeah.
It's hard. Yeah, it has changed into a predominantly female sport. And I think that happened when I think it was Dallas had like the first like really cheer leaders that were did like halftime shows and dances. I think those were the ones that were first like profitable
Right.
and really set the tone for what cheer looks like back in the day. And then it evolved from there as like things got more intense, more stunts, like added like flips and throwing up in the air, which is like, that is crazy in itself.
Yeah.
And I think that also came with a lot of body positivity, inclusivity issues like that media portrayed.
Mm-hmm.
Because I do believe that cheer is pretty inclusive overall.
I would say, yeah.
Like we have a spot for everybody.
Yeah.
We have bases, which hold up the pyramid. We have mid people, like hold up the top flyer, top girl.
Yeah.
And then there's, of course, partner stunning, where you have to be really strong. And then you have flyers that are like usually like they're equally as strong, but they have to be built very small.
Yes.
And you don't have to, I guess, but it's a lot harder to find. I don't know. Like, it's just, I feel like there is a stigma that everybody on the cheer team has to be looking a certain way.
Yeah.
And it's not true.
Yeah. I mean, it can be a lot harder to put someone up that's 5'10" than if they were like 5'5".
Yeah.
But I do think there's a spot for everyone, especially like the tall girls can be a base, or I can't remember what the other
A
one.
back spot.
A back spot. Yeah.
There's spots for everybody. And I think it's changed over the years, especially with like dance and cheer being different.
Mm-hmm.
That has been very confusing for me because coming into this sport and not knowing anything, I thought they were the same thing pretty much, or like at least did. And there's a lot of overlap.
Mm-hmm.
Did Miles City have a dance team?
Yeah, we do have a dance team, and people kind of give them more attention than the cheer team at this point. But the cheerleaders, we did have to learn dances and know a few of them, like the school song, how to dance to that. But yeah, there is a separation, and I think that's interesting because Miles City used to have a group of dancers. I can't remember what they're called, but they were like the cheer and dancers combined, and then they split up.
That's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The difference in like the splitting of it.
Yeah.
I wonder if there was like a time in history where there was like a distinct split. Like, okay,
Right.
we're going to have dancers and we're going to have cheerleaders, but they're not the same.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. What caused there to be a difference between them?
This cheer sport. I was not expecting it to be this hard, though. I was like, when I first joined the cheer team, I was like, oh, this is going to be easy.
Right.
Like, piece of cake.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, learn some jump, easy. I could probably tumble, maybe.
Yeah.
Throw some girls up in the air. I could do that. Catching them, maybe a little bit harder. But, and then actually joining the team, very hard.
Yeah.
I think you would really enjoy it, like, honestly. Like,
I bet I would have. I just didn't know what to expect with the whole nursing thing. And
love you, Carol, very much.
yeah.
It's very intense.
Very intense, but love it.
So when our moms went to school in Garfield County District High School, graduating class of like what? It was like 15, if that.
Very small class.
Very small class. I remember hearing my mom tell stories about cheerleaders and being like, oh yeah, they were just kind of the ditzy, blonde girls that they weren't smart, they weren't athletic, they were just kind of there.
Yeah.
Like, would you say? And your mom was super athletic. Your mom did sports for everything.
Yeah, my mom did basketball. I think she did volleyball. Probably just every sport they offered. She did track.
Your mom was super, super athletic.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, she was. But we don't ever go back to Jordan and see all her accomplishments, which I think is weird. But
That is really weird because like she did so much for Jordan. We're going off on a tangent here. Jordan, where we grew up, very, very small community. Currently, I think it has a population of 375. I look it up occasionally. I'm like, oh, who died? I probably know them.
always check Stevenson and Sons every day.
Oh, and our moms went to school there together.
Yes.
My mother being the oldest, and Liv's mom, second oldest.
Yeah.
Middle child.
Middle child.
Uncle B being the youngest. Did Uncle B ever date a cheerleader, you think?
For sure.
He was trouble.
He was horrible trouble.
It was a lot. I think my mom's best friend in high school was a cheerleader, Andrea. And Andrea was really athletic. She did all the other sports because they split up sports at the time where women's basketball and men's basketball was at different times.
Yes.
So that the cheerleaders could be cheering at the men's games, but then they could still compete in women's basketball.
Yes.
I really liked that idea.
Yeah.
That would have been fun, but at the same time, like women's basketball doesn't get enough recognition either, so they were not
Exactly.
pulling in any funding. And then, of course, it's really sad showing up to your game. And that's another thing. Like, cheerleaders are the only sport that cheers for other people. And nobody, like, I
Yeah.
feel like we have a lot of haters.
No, but I never see anybody willingly going to cheer tournaments or at least not small town, Miles City
No.
people.
Shout out all the moms out there, the boyfriends
Yes, doing
putting
the
in the
work.
work. I saw, like, at the cheer competition here, there was, like, a few boyfriends that all had, like, flowers
Yes.
for their girls. They were supporting, but you could tell they had no idea what was going on.
Yeah. Well, it just shows the lack of publicity that cheer gets. I feel like especially in Montana, or I shouldn't say smaller states because Montana's not a very small state, but states that don't encourage cheer as much as others.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. Because, like, Iowa, we went to that tournament. Everything was packed. Families, friends, like, a lot of the community members were there. And here it was very empty.
Yeah.
And I see that, like, a lot of other places. Or, like, halftime shows.
Mm-hmm.
I feel so bad. Like, when I used to play basketball in Broadus, Montana, they had, like, a small, tiny little cheer team. Shout out Broadus. Love you guys. There was, like, about 5 of them. And everybody would leave.
Yeah.
Or like just get on their phones, and there was no support. It was just bad vibes. You're standing out there dancing your little heart out in like an attire you probably don't want to wear necessarily.
Yeah.
And it's really stressful. You're hot, you're tired, you've been cheering the entire game, and then you're just faced with a wall of faces that don't want to see you and don't want to like cheer for you.
Exactly. That was definitely a big problem for me in Miles City. Was we were there for 2 games and sometimes games the next day, and you would have to, in Miles City, we would have to wear these very old uniforms because somehow there wasn't enough money to get new ones, but the football team got new ones every year.
Yeah.
Right. And then have to cheer to people that are judging you. You can visibly see they're judging you or just really don't care that you're there. And it makes you not even want to do it anymore because who wants to stand in front of like 100 people all staring at you blankly and not doing anything for you?
Yeah. I can say that even with Carol, like same thing. Like a lot of the students do get involved, but when it comes to cheer specifically, I think we're more of a nuisance, if anything, from a lot of students. They're like, okay, get out of the way. We want to watch the football team like score a touchdown.
Right.
And we're just doing what we were told to do.
Exactly. And it makes no sense. You're trying to get the crowd going, get them excited to make the game more fun and basically get more attention to the other sport that is performing at that point.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're trying to bring them recognition as well.
Yeah.
Because truly, a lot of Carol's funding does come from the football team.
Right.
I will say they bring in the most money. It's a big sport that has a lot of supporters, but other teams support the football team so much here. So much. And it would be nice to see the football players supporting us as well. And just like any school, any place, just some support, like a reaction, a smile, a thank you.
Something.
Cheer is such a thankless sport.
Yeah. And I'm not a hater of football. I just think all the other sports should get the same recognition, especially cheer, who has predominantly not had much at all.
Yeah. And like they do, like the football team does show up. I will say they put in a lot of work and supporting other teams as well. And I think cheer is also a hard sport to support.
Right.
Like understanding the scoring system, at least in competitions, I don't understand it that much. It's very confusing for me. Maybe it's just because I don't know and it hasn't been explained to me very well, but it seems very arbitrary.
Mm-hmm.
Like just depending on who's watching, did they like this? Like, do we get points? And the level, it's like how hard is the stunts that you're doing? That's the level that you're getting judged on, like a level 5, and you get more points for that. But then there's also safety. Like if you're not doing it safely, you lose points.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. So even if you do a stunt like a basket where the bases throw a flyer up in the air and she does like a move and then she comes back down and you catch her, if you do not catch it safely, even if you did catch her and everybody's fine, if you did not catch it in like a certain way, you get points off. And you have like an expression. Like I've never been in a sport where you can be angry, pissed off, sad, like really like hurt, and you have to compete with a smile.
Yeah. What other sports, like you need to act mature, I would say, for every sport if you can, but I don't know any other sport where you have to put on a smile no matter how you're actually feeling.
No, exactly. Like, I guess every other sport's allowed to show emotions.
Yes.
And it's very deep and it's profound and it moves people. Like, you see disappointment.
Mm-hmm.
You see pain and hurt and frustration, or even just like excitement.
Yeah.
Like you can be excited and not poised.
Mm-hmm.
I think that goes a lot to say like how tough cheerleaders are.
Yeah.
Like they can be, I don't know. I've had like really bad days on the court and I've just been like, I don't want to smile.
No.
Like I remember in track, I would get so frustrated. I'd throw my bikes or I'd throw my oh shoot. I'd throw my spikes and like stomp off, get angry. And like here I'm like mad, but there's no escape.
You cannot show it, no.
I feel so bad like after the games. Anyone that gets in my way, like I'm like all my emotions come out. I'm like so tired. I'm hangry. I'm thirsty.
I'm not a good person after a game.
No. Cheer is so hard. Like I get so hungry after a cheer workout. What was your go-to cheer snack?
I would always have granola bars, I would say. I'd always bring granola bars.
I love granola. I love a big, solid steak after
Really?
like cheer games. Yeah. And I make my boyfriend make it for me. And I'm sitting there like a princess. I'm pissed off, thirsty. I'm not talking to anyone until after I eat that steak.
Heck no.
The entire thing.
For everybody else's safety, I will not be talking to you after I eat the steak.
I need a bath. I need some Red Bull.
Mm-hmm.
Or like a little drinky drink. I need a massage. I need a steak.
That's it. Is that too much to ask for?
No.
I don't think so.
I mean, like, I don't know. I always feel bad, like, too, going to the trainer's office and I'll be like hurt or something. And like the other sports are like watching me because other sports are there in the trainer's office too.
Yeah.
And I feel so bad. I'm like, yeah, I got hurt today at practice. And all the other sports are looking at us like, what are you doing at cheer?
Yeah.
Where you get hurt. Got kicked in the head.
Have a concussion.
Have a concussion, just the simple stuff.
Yeah.
Just the easy stuff. We had a football player this year for comm. Jack Flugie. He did so good. He came in, saved the day. We were desperate. Carol kind of screwed us over with Tommy's registration. It was just a big mess. We forgive you, Carol. I love you. But it was just a big mess. Tommy got screwed over, and we were missing a man a week before comp.
Oh my goodness.
A week before comp. It was terrible. We had no idea what we were doing. It was a panic. We had already changed everything up. It was horrible. We didn't know who we were going to find, what was going to fit in. And so we're asking around. We're asking everybody. Or like anybody that's remotely strong and maybe a man. Maybe.
We need you.
We need you. There was a bat signal all across Carroll. Everyone knew. I asked Tucker Zanto, and he sent a message to the football group chat. And Jack Flugie responded to the call.
Amazing.
And he did so good.
That's awesome.
It was really like
Good for him for trying something new.
It was really insane. But like I think we need some more football players on the cheer team. So if you're not getting enough playing time, I know a place where you can go.
We got playing time for you.
We got playing time for you. Well, we have time for you. Not necessarily playing time. But we'll make time.
Yes.
You can jump on the little trampoline and practice your back flips and
Try something new.
throw some people up in the air. Show off your strength.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Getting people up in the air. My wrists would just... The first day I ever stunted, my wrists were done.
Yeah.
I was done.
Gone. My shoulders, like right here. Listeners, you can't hear where I'm pointing, but like traps.
Yeah.
I'm asking the nursing student, like, what is this muscle grouping right here?
Up front, that's just kind of your collarbone.
Okay, well, anyway, the chest area would hurt really bad. So that was a back spot.
Pectoral.
Yeah, my pecs.
Pectoralis. Pectoralis major, minor,
Yeah.
all the above.
Either way, it would hurt really bad because I'm using like when I was a back spot, all that strength up front and like trying to like lift the majority of the weight up.
Yeah.
And I was also a short back spot because I'm at the right height where I'm tall for a girl, but short for a stunt group. Like not tall enough to be a back spot. I was designed to be a base at best on a good day.
Yeah, we were all designed for a certain spot. I'm definitely a back spot, 5'10".
I need you. We need a back spot so bad. We're losing everybody.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
Well,
Liv.
maybe I get bored with nursing school.
Oh, I was surprised we don't have as much practice. Like we practice twice a week and then lift twice a week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's like every other day. So Monday is like a lift, practice Tuesday, Wednesday lift, practice Thursday.
That's nice.
We have like 5 nursing majors.
Wow.
I'm telling you, Liv. I'm here. You guys, listeners, listening in. I'm recruiting. My coaches, if you listen to this, pay me for it. Where's my money? Yeah, well, thank you guys. This has been Cheersay with Maggie Pluhar and Liv Pitcher coming in next week with more stuff.
Took her to the big sky.
Big Sky, Small World is sponsored by the Carroll College Communications Center.
Helping the Carroll and Helena communities with presentations, multimedia, and podcasting since 2020.
Find us in the library or email Director Alan Hansen at ahansen@carroll.edu.
Took her to the big sky.
Hi, I'm Mila,
And I'm Maria.
and this is M&M,
The story about 2 roommates,
who shouldn't work.
but they do. All right, so today we are going to talk about TV shows that we enjoy to watch in between classes
And on the weekends.
and on the weekends.
I love television. I consume a lot of media.
Mila consumes more media than probably any other person that I know.
I've grown up in a big TV household. Every day when my mom got home from work, she made dinner and we sat down and we watched TV and ate our dinner. That's just the type of family I grew up in. So it explains why I consume so much media.
I think that's partially why. I don't know. I think you just like it.
I think I just grew up in a household where like relaxing to me is just watching TV. That's what my family did.
Yeah, maybe.
We didn't go outside. I didn't like outside. We played sports on the weekends and then I came home and I watched TV.
Yeah.
So my mom's also super into TV, like really, really into it. So it doesn't surprise anybody when they know her that I'm into it. And my grandma's into it and my grandpa's into it. We're just a TV family.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I had like limitations on how much TV I could watch.
I was at school and stuff so much that my mom didn't see the need for limitations.
Well, it's like we didn't really watch TV until like after dinner. Like we'd get home, I would do my homework. Sometimes, a lot of times in high school, I didn't watch TV at night because I was too busy doing homework.
Yeah,
And
I
then
did.
watch TV after for like an hour or two.
Yeah, I did my homework when I first got home. It really depended. In high school, it was different. I watched a lot of TV in middle school because I would get home, do my homework, but my mom wouldn't get home till really late. So
Yeah, and then like on the weekends, I think there was like limitations as to how much, like I couldn't just sit inside and watch TV all day. I'd get in trouble. So I'd have to like go outside or do something different or play, or like we could watch TV as a family at night when I was growing up. But
if me and my mom were having a lazy day, we sat around and watched TV. I played a lot of sports though, so it would be like, oh, Mila has soccer and this and that and that. And then after sports, we would go and watch TV. I can also sit and rot on a couch for a long time.
this is true.
Like you can rot, but you can't rot like I can.
You could rot for days.
I could not leave my bed for a good 3 days. I haven't done it as much this semester, but I used to be able to just like lay in my bed till like 2 p.m. on a Saturday.
That's disgusting.
I would get up at 10 and I would do nothing.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I can rot. I enjoy rotting. I think
I don't know, but I like to watch TV. I'm more into like crime shows, and I mean, you're into medical shows too. You're into every kind of show, but I'm more into like crime shows, medical shows, a few dramas here and there, and then like just pretty popular comedies.
I feel like you're discovering a lot of things that I've already watched, which has kind of been fun for me to explore with you. Like you just started Grey's Anatomy, kind of.
Yeah, and the thing is that I'm not really following it 100% because Brittany watches TV more consistently than I, so I'm behind. I mean, I guess I could just... Angel also wants to start Grey's Anatomy, or You. You is a TV show, by the way. So if we say You, that means not you, but the TV show You.
I enjoyed, like I would come in and watch a little You with you, and it was good. I forgot how good it was.
It is a good show. It's kind of freaky, but it's
I
good.
love the second season, though.
With love.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you guys don't know, You is a pretty much a fictional true crime TV show. Like it's not actually a true story, but it is like
It's a murder show.
it is a murder show, but it's a little bit more like not just every episode there's a different murder and you're solving it. It's more like following this murderer through his life and understanding why he does what he does.
Yeah. It's good.
It is good, and it's not like as disturbing as like the Dahmer show,
Yeah.
the Netflix one, because that one was really bad.
That one was
I
pretty
couldn't
bad.
I couldn't get through that one.
I got through that one. I enjoyed the Ted Bundy one a lot, though.
Did they make a TV series of it?
Zac Efron. I can't remember if it was a
Oh,
TV
yeah,
series or a
that's
movie.
right. That's right, they did.
But it was good. I liked that.
I
Fun
don't know.
fact about Ted Bundy, my grandma met him at a beach one time.
That's so crazy. But her grandma was fortunately not a target.
Not a target of Ted Bundy's. But yeah, no.
I also watch a lot of like true crime shows that
Yeah.
are true.
You watch a lot of true crime.
I find true crime to be relaxing, believe it or not.
I used to listen to a lot more true crime podcasts, and I watch Dateline, but who doesn't watch Dateline?
I do like Dateline. What is Dateline streaming on?
Hulu, we should watch more Dateline.
We should. And also, we need to log back into the Hulu.
On the TV outside?
Yeah, it logged out. Because you know how Hulu like logs out every few like months?
Mhm.
Because Hulu sucks.
But we do enjoy the shows. I want to watch the rest of Scamanda with you.
Oh, yeah.
I've been saving those episodes for us.
Yes. I wish I didn't have homework tonight or else I would do that tonight. But I also
Yeah.
have homework and church. And we need to work out because
I've-
I ate a lot of cookies today.
Workout, homework, food. Well, workout, food, homework. I've finished putting away my stuff.
So yeah, that's kind of a little bit of how I like my TV. I do watch quite a bit of like, I'm enjoying Grey's Anatomy right now. I really liked House. I watched a lot of House.
House
I
is
watched
good.
a lot of Good Doctor for a while.
I have never actually done Good Doctor.
Good Doctor's really fun. I like it a lot.
You started Vampire Diaries. You didn't get very far though.
No, it was okay.
I like the originals, the spinoff better, and I wish you like if you got to the point of the originals and we could watch that would be really good.
Maybe. I don't know. It's also not vampire season right now, so I'm not so much into the vampires right now.
Yeah, see, I can watch vampires year round.
No, vampires are a seasonal thing for me.
Yeah.
And then I also really like old sitcoms that are like 20 minutes. So like Friends, Frasier, Cheers. I'm a big fan of Cheers. I've watched a lot of Cheers in my day. What was another good one back then? Frasier, Cheers.
I like mid-2000s sitcoms. I think that's where our sitcoms just don't cross over.
Yeah,
Because you think mine aren't big, but mine were really big just in like the 2010s, and you liked older ones.
what are the ones you like then? Degrassi, but I like
Well, that wasn't a sitcom.
that's nobody knows what that is.
That's a separate, like, that's a me thing. I've been watching Raising Hope right now. That's really good. It's from like 2011 to like
I also am just
2017.
not a 2000s person. Like the things that were going on in the 2000s, like I just find most of it cheesy.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I like Modern Family a lot.
Modern Family's different though. That's like everybody loves Modern Family.
There's a show called Single Parents, which was really funny. It's from like 2015.
Mm.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else I've been watching. I've been watching Switched at Birth for a hot minute, and that's just a ridiculous show.
Is that more
It's more drama.
I thought that was more like reality TV.
It's like semi based off of a true story,
Oh.
but
Oh,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's a dramatized version of it. I mean, there were two girls who were switched at birth, but they added in the fact that one of them is deaf and all this stuff. And
Gotcha.
yeah, so I've been into that. I also, what is it that I really like? Trying to think what else I've been watching. I rewatched Revenge not that long ago, and that's like one of my top television shows ever.
Yeah, no idea.
That one is so good. It's when I first met your mom. I was watching it, and she was like, "This looks good."
Oh, no idea. There was another show that I liked.
Oh, did you watch Will and Grace?
Yeah.
I loved Will and Grace.
I didn't like it as much as like Frasier and Cheers. There was another sitcom around that same time that I really liked.
Roseanne.
No. I was okay with Happy Days. I wasn't a huge fan of Happy Days, but
I like Full House.
Full House was really good.
Full House is just enjoyable, I would say.
During a trip to Tennessee when I graduated 8th grade, I watched pretty much the entirety of Full House on that trip.
Full House is fun because you can watch them grow up. That's also how I feel about like The Middle, kind of.
Oh, Malcolm in the Middle. Do you remember Malcolm in the Middle?
Malcolm in the Middle was good.
That's a fantastic show.
Both of the Middle shows, actually. Malcolm in the Middle and The Middle.
I will say the one show that I do love from the 2000s is Malcolm in the Middle was 2000s. And Psych was 2000s.
Psych is good.
Psych is fantastic.
I've never gone as into it as everybody else is. I'll watch an episode here and there and think it's good.
I love Psych. Like, love it.
It definitely has a cult following.
It definitely does. And there's a lot of people who have no idea what it is. So if you don't know what it is, it's a really cool crime show, but it's like funny crime. But also serious. It's like both.
I think you would like Will Trent. That's the new one I've been watching. That's like funny crime, but also serious.
Yeah.
He has dyslexia.
Too close to home. No, but did you ever watch Monk?
No, that one's I didn't watch.
Monk is really good.
Did you watch Criminal Minds?
No, which is shocking.
I really like Criminal Minds.
But yeah, I watched a lot of Monk. I actually think you would like that one. That one was good.
I like most television.
Yeah, that one's really cool because he's like super OCD. But it's like there's some really sad things in there too. But
I'm watching High Potential, which you could still catch up on. It's really, really good.
yeah. What about The Office? Did you watch The Office?
I hate The Office.
Oh,
I don't
sorry,
know why.
forgot. Some people, like, it took me a long time to get into it. I did not like it for a long time. And then I was like, okay, this is fine now.
Did you ever watch The Mindy Project? I found that hilarious, and most people do not like that.
I don't think I would like it because that's like the spinoff of, well, it's not the spinoff, but it has one of the characters that was in The Office.
But she plays herself, and she's way funnier in that.
But
But it's like I'm making my way through the 2-hour SNL episode from last week. That's what I'm currently watching, kind of.
there was like The Office, and then there's also Parks and Rec.
I loved Parks and Rec.
I will say, I think Parks and Rec is like more funny than The Office.
Oh, yeah. Parks and Rec is funny, and The Office isn't.
Well,
That's
I
an
would say that
unpopular opinion.
The Office is funny with the buildup. Like if you really get attached to the characters and really know what's happening, then it's really funny. But just like right off the bat, it's not as good.
No, I enjoy comedies like that. I was an ABC girl is what it came down to, because basically ABC, NBC, Fox, they would all make different shows that were all the same thing to compete with one another. And I always liked the ABC version, but I watched a lot of ABC. And like ABC Family was my favorite, like Pretty Little Liars. I loved that.
My TV had like 6 channels on it, and half of them were static. So we didn't watch a ton like on the actual TV. It wasn't until like middle school, high school that my family started watching The Voice, and they still watch The Voice. I do not watch The Voice, but they're still really into it. But then other than that, we would just like get subscriptions to like Netflix or something and then watch shows that were on there.
We watched a lot of like competition shows. Like I used to watch Survivor every year growing up.
I kind of don't hate Survivor. But did you watch not Teen Moms, but Dance Moms?
I watched Dance Moms. I watched Teen Mom. I watched Teen Mom 2. I watched Teen Mom OG. I watched Teen Mom 3. I watched 16 and Pregnant. I watch Unexpected, which is the TLC version of 16 and Pregnant. I watched a lot of TLC. My mom's really into the Browns, the polygamist people.
Interesting.
And I don't like them, but she's really into them. We also watched Dancing with the Stars a lot growing up. And then I took a few years break when Tyra Banks was like in charge. And then now that she's kind of out, I'm back into it again.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything that I have truly followed like the whole time. Actually, that's not true. I followed This Is Us the whole way from the very beginning to the very end.
Yeah. You really like This Is Us. But once again, when it comes to that ABC, there's an ABC version of This Is Us. Can't remember the name, but I always liked it more than This Is Us. So I never really watched This Is Us because I just watched the ABC version. But theirs is different because it involved like the dad died. It was
The dad always dies.
the dad always dies. But it was like best friends instead of family.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I was really big into This Is Us. I didn't think that the like finale of This Is Us was nearly as good as it could have been, but
I feel like a lot of shows do that though, where
it was cool like the way that they did it, but I just didn't think that the mom was the best character. Like she was kind of hard to like. And then like it was like all leading up to like her death, and I just didn't think that like not that she didn't deserve to have some credit for her death, but I just didn't feel like she was the coolest character. So
I'm really curious to see how they're going to end Grey's Anatomy when they do.
they still haven't ended it?
No, it's been going for like 22 seasons.
Dude, I bet they're all so ugly now.
Well, they're all gone, and it's basically like Meredith
New.
Grey is technically not on the show full time anymore even.
Well, then what's the point of it?
I don't even really know. I don't keep up as
Also,
well as I used
didn't
to.
Patrick Dempsey die like midway through?
They're 10 seasons past Patrick Dempsey.
Yeah, that's it. Why watch it? If Patrick's not there, we don't care.
The first few seasons after Patrick, there's some really good stuff. I would say like after COVID, it took a big downhill turn.
Everything after COVID took a big downhill turn.
I don't know. Some shows were able to survive COVID.
This Is Us survived COVID.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what survived COVID that was really funny. The ABC version did not survive COVID.
Oh
of This
my
Is
gosh. Superstore.
Superstore. Oh, I love
Superstore. I started watching Superstore when I was working retail, and I would come home from my job and I would just watch it, and I would just laugh so hard because I had literally been doing all of that all day long. And so that was really good. Also, The Good Place.
The Good Place was really funny. I don't know. I got a little bored with it.
Towards the end, it got really complicated, and I was like, this is too much.
Oh,
But
It's my second favorite Kristen Bell project.
what's your first?
Gossip Girl.
Oh, I don't know.
I love Gossip Girl.
If your immediate answer was not Frozen, then I don't have respect for you.
But Gossip Girl is so good. XOXO, Gossip Girl.
Wow, that was beautiful.
Oh my gosh,
She
are we
was
going to
also-
get
she-
copyrighted because my singing was so accurate?
Probably not. She was also in a really cute movie. I can't remember the name of it, but it was like her brother was getting married to this gal and she didn't like the gal. That was pretty much the movie, but it was fun.
I like Kristen Bell.
I like her too. I really like her husband.
Dax Shepard, now he's funny.
He's an hilarious man. And he had a T-Mobile commercial. Do you know the commercial I'm talking about? It was like something like him singing about T-Mobile, blah, blah, blah. And something about that just tickled my brain. I don't know what it was, but I just really liked him. And I've watched a lot of TikToks of her explaining how they met. And I just really like them together. It makes me happy.
I listen to his podcast quite a bit. We could do a whole other episode on podcasts because I love a good podcast.
We could talk about podcasts on the podcast. That's nice.
A little Inception for you. I'm trying to think, what other TV shows could I get you into? I've watched anything under the sun, basically. There's a few really big ones that I haven't watched.
Like what?
Like Monk, I feel like is pretty big.
I think you would like Monk a lot. I think we should watch it.
But in general, if you name a show, I've seen at least a season or two. Cruel Summer is a really
What
good
about-
show.
Here's one. What about I'm gonna forget it, but it was like this doctor. It's in England. It's like I'm gonna have to.
Have you watched The Resident and all? That one's a really good one.
Is that
Doctors.
interesting?
Or New Haven. Or New Amsterdam. That's the other really, really good one. It was like doctory. I think what else? I'm sure I can look on my Netflix and see.
Doc Martin.
I've never seen that one. Oh, have you seen Call the Midwife?
I've seen parts.
I really like Call the Midwife.
Doc Martin is very much the same vibe.
Oh, and Dairy Girls. That's another really good one. I really like Dairy Girls.
I have heard that Dairy Girls is very good.
It's super funny. It's Irish. Shout out to last week.
Yes.
Well, I guess that's 2
The
weeks
week-
ago.
the week before.
Or 2 weeks ago.
Doc Martin is really good though. It's like this surgeon who goes to this little town to get away from the surgery world because he developed a fear of blood while being a huge surgeon. And then he goes to this little town to be the general practice scene guy. And everybody's super nosy and they're always having like super traumatic like injuries and stuff. And so he's always having to deal with blood anyways. But it's pretty good.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That one's really funny.
I haven't watched a lot of that. What about Hawaii Five-0?
I like it. I think it's okay.
It's okay.
It's not my favorite. I like what's it called? I like NCIS a lot.
What about Murder, She Wrote?
I haven't watched that one.
I mean, it's very much like older,
Yeah.
but it's good.
I like Young Sheldon, and this is an unpopular opinion. I like Young Sheldon better than The Big Bang Theory.
That's crazy.
But I think The Big Bang Theory is just okay, and I love Young Sheldon.
I love The Big Bang Theory, but it's also like I've watched it a lot, so I'm kind of like
I like Mandy and George's First Wedding, which is the spinoff of Young Sheldon.
interesting. Too many spinoffs.
I know. I kind of get deep into the spinoff
I
holes.
do. The only spinoff I've really enjoyed has been Frasier, and Frasier was spinoff of Cheers, believe it or not.
Yes.
How I Met Your Mother.
I love
That's
How
a
I
good
Met
show.
Your Mother.
It's a good show.
But I can only watch I've only ever been able to watch it all the way through once. It's not something that I can repeat because once it loses like the magic of the first watch, it doesn't hold up to me.
Interesting. What about Bones?
I love Bones.
I love Bones too. I've never actually fully gotten through it.
I got through all of Bones, all 13 seasons from spring break of last year to July. I watched every
that's a
single
lot.
episode of Bones to ever exist.
See, my thing is nowadays I don't like I've been too outside, like I haven't watched it in so long that I couldn't pick up where I left off. And so I'd have to restart all over again. But I was like, I want to say that I was probably in like season 8,
You were
I
at the
know.
end. There's
I
only
was-
like 9 or 10. Maybe there's 13.
No, I think there's like 13 of them.
Oh, yeah, because once Sweets dies. But they get really short. There's like,
I was there for when Sweets died, and I was there when she had the baby. They were married.
the first baby or the second?
Maybe the second.
No, I think she has the second to last season.
Okay, and then maybe just the first one. But I don't know. It started to get a little boring to me after Sweets died.
Yeah. I don't know.
I didn't think it was as good after that.
Oh, but when Sweets died and him and what's her name had the baby, I cry every time.
Oh, that was tough. That was
Oh,
really
we
tough.
probably should add spoiler alert.
Oh, yeah. Those were pretty much all my shows that I've seen, probably.
I've seen everything, so I kind of get lost.
When I was a kid, I watched a lot of iCarly and a lot of Victorious.
I loved iCarly. I loved Victorious. What was the other one that went along with that? I didn't like Sam and Cat. I never
didn't like-
watched that.
Sam and Cat wasn't good.
I watched like a lot of Wizard of Oz. Or not Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Waverly
Place.
Place. I did not watch a lot of Wizard of Waverly Place. I watched more. I was huge on Girl Meets World.
Oh, I was a little old for Girl Meets World. So like I watched it, but I wasn't huge on it because I had kind of outgrown it by the time it came out.
Yeah. Well, you're also you're like a year or so older than I was.
And with kid shows, a year makes a big difference because I feel like in life, we're not that different.
No, but when you're at that age, it's different because I was watching that like right as like puberty was hitting, you know, which makes more sense. And you'd probably been just at the tail end of puberty when that was coming out.
Yeah.
But I also watched it a little later. Good Luck Charlie.
Oh,
Amazing.
I got like low key bullied because of Good Luck Charlie.
Good Luck Charlie's great right now.
It's
It'd
so
be good
good.
right now.
I watched it not that long ago, actually. They're all blonde and have the same last name as me, though.
I will say, oh yeah, that is kind of crazy. The Good Luck Charlie Christmas movie.
Oh, such a good
Fantastic.
movie.
Fantastic movie, actually.
I think that's better than the Wizard's Waverly Place movie, honestly.
And like, I really liked a lot of the Disney Channel movies, like Lemonade Mouth.
Oh, so good.
I mean, I liked Radio Rebel when it came out.
Who didn't love Radio Rebel when it first came out?
I loved. There was one that was like, there was the Frenemies one. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, that one was pretty good, actually.
And then I absolutely loved Geek Charming.
I feel like those were kind of the new wave, and I was like really into the old wave. Like I loved.
No, Geek Charming was really. It was kind of like it was not huge. Like I was, like not a lot of people were really into that one. I was really into that one. I was really into Bad Hair Day. Do you remember
Bad
that?
Hair Day was funny.
That was a good one.
Oh, I loved Austin and Ally. Speaking of
Austin-
Bad Hair Day,
Austin and Ally was great.
do you want to know something kind of disturbing about Geek Charming?
What?
That guy who was in it ended up like severely domestically abusing Sarah Hyland, and like she had to get restraining orders and stuff from him.
The gal who was in the show with him.
Mm-hmm. He
That
was in
is-
Modern Family. Like I guess he was severely abusive outside of it.
The guy that was in Modern Family?
The girl was in Modern Family.
Yeah.
And then the guy and her got in a relationship, and he was like super abusive to her.
Weird. Oh, well.
Oh, I loved Camp Rock.
I did not watch Camp Rock, but I did watch Starstruck.
Oh my goodness. Starstruck is so good.
And it's a fever dream, too. Like, that was a long time ago.
I think anybody who doesn't like Starstruck,
Do you remember Regs?
it reminds
It's like
sounds
there's
familiar.
something in there. And I only remember like one scene of it. And it was kind of like a Cinderella story-esque thing. But it wasn't, I think it was Nickelodeon. I don't think it was Disney.
Rags is definitely Nickelodeon. I remember that part about it. And it was, oh, did you ever watch Let It Shine? You would love Let It Shine.
No.
We should watch Let It Shine. It's about this guy, and his dad's a pastor and doesn't support him rapping because it doesn't like
Oh, that sounds very familiar.
support God. And then
Oh,
he ends up
no.
rapping, and like he doesn't fit the look of a rap star, but he has a best friend who does. So he sent in a picture for this rap contest with his
That's
best friend
hilarious.
in it, and they framed the best friend as the rap star. And they go back to
Interesting.
the church in the end. It's very good. It has really good music.
Were you big into the church movies?
Oh, yeah.
Like God's Not Dead? Stuff
Not
like that.
really. See, I didn't grow up very religious.
That's true.
So we don't.
See,
I did watch the. Is God's Not Dead the Columbine one? No.
Combine?
Yeah.
No.
There's a movie that's like this story of a girl who was shot
Shot.
in Columbine because she refused to like say that God
wasn't real. Or
wasn't
something.
real, so they shot her. But it's like it's kind of fake. I don't even know.
There was
My favorite religious movie though is there's a Jesus movie. Have I ever made you watch it where she's pregnant because she thought that sleeping with her boyfriend would cure his gayness?
But that sounds fantastic.
It's a really, really good movie. We'll watch it.
My favorite Jesus movie is Risen. It's the story of the resurrection seen through the eyes of a Roman soldier.
Ooh.
It's very, very good. Like, probably had a lot to do with my conversion story. Like, that's how good I found that movie to be.
Wow.
Yeah. And then
What are the colorful ones that everybody loves that I want to watch? The cartoons, like the Prince of Egypt and stuff.
I've never really seen those. I seen the St. Patrick's one we used to watch in school on St. Patrick's Day, but that was kind of it for that.
Did you watch VeggieTales growing up?
Yeah, I watched VeggieTales. Larry is now going to sing a silly song. This is Silly Songs with Larry.
I
Larry
didn't
sings a
realize
silly song.
VeggieTales was religious.
That's hilarious.
Till I was legitimately like 13. I just thought it was something. I went to a Christian daycare and that's where I watched it.
That's so funny.
And
See,
so I thought
was-
everybody watched it.
I mean, I didn't watch like a ton of it. I just watched things here and there. And I think I had a VeggieTales CD that we watched like over and over again. So like I know that one really well. And then in that one, there was like a Jonah and the whale situation. And there's part of that whole thing where there's like people singing, like praising the Lord and stuff. And they're like angels. And then like they're like being thrown up into the air. And it's like an Easter egg to the Blues Brothers, which is like a cult film that my dad is really into. And so my dad found that so funny. And so we would watch that a lot.
I also used to watch, like, kind of going back to Disney. You watched like what I would call newer Disney. I watched a lot of like Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
See, that was a little bit before me though.
Yeah, I watched
except for
Sweet
Drake-
Life on Deck.
No, I didn't even watch that. I watched a lot of Drake and Josh though. I love Drake and Josh.
Drake and Josh was really funny. Oh, I watched a lot of That's So Raven.
Mm-mm.
Hannah Montana.
No, I don't. But the other thing is that during that time that you're talking about when you were watching those things, I was pretty much exclusively watching SpongeBob and iCarly.
I didn't watch SpongeBob because my mom hated SpongeBob.
I watched SpongeBob pretty religiously until I was to the age where I could like read the other things that were on the TV. Like, because my grandparents would just put on SpongeBob. They'd be like, "You want to watch SpongeBob?" I'd be like, "Yes." And then like it would just be SpongeBob for like 5 hours.
That makes sense. You seem like a SpongeBob kid.
Thank you.
I watched like a lot. I had a DVD and it was the Kim Possible Christmas episode. I loved Kim Possible, by the way.
You know, it was really great. This is completely switching it altogether. Wild Kratts.
I never watched Wild Kratts because I never
Kratts
watched
was-
PBS.
Wild Kratts was amazing. But yes.
I'm trying to think what else there is. I watched a lot of, what was it? Yeah. So I had a DVD and it had the Christmas episode of Kim Possible, the Christmas episode of Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. And there's this like they relive the story of Jesus type of thing.
That's odd.
Like at the hotel, a woman shows up in labor. It's a whole thing. And
Dude,
like
sometimes I wonder where those kinds of things came from. Like who allowed that to happen?
Hannah Montana's where she like makes a wish and then her life's completely different.
Zoe 101.
Oh, I loved Zoe 101.
I liked Zoe 101. Let's go get this thing done.
Oh my goodness, you guys. And then, and it was the Even Stevens. Did you ever watch them? They were on my Christmas DVD, and I didn't like the Even Stevens, but I refused to skip any part of the Christmas DVD. And now every Christmas, the DVD doesn't work anymore, but because we have Disney Plus, I'll watch those Christmas episodes. And my mom's like, "You don't have to watch Even Stevens. You don't even like it." And I'm like, "No, but I have to watch it in this order." And it's Kim Possible's my favorite, but it's the second to last one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I watch them in order. It's Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, That's So Raven, Even Stevens, Hannah Montana, then it's Kim Possible, and then always ends with Hannah Montana. And I watch it every Christmas in that order.
Interesting. You know, I liked Jessie.
Oh, I did like Jessie as well.
I did like Jessie. I hated Ant Farm. Hated it.
I enjoyed Ant Farm.
I hated it. And I don't know why I went into the stems because that was pretty much all that show was. It was like, if you want to be a scientist, watch this. I hated it. I
I feel
it.
like it was more music.
I guess that's true. It was just like really smart people, like really talented, smart people.
Yeah. Oh,
Victorious was more like musical people.
Yeah, Victorious was very much so. Like,
Yep. Okay.
you didn't like that?
That was nice.
Okay. I'm trying to think. Do we have any closing thoughts on TV?
I think that the reason that you watched more as a kid was because you were allowed to. I didn't start really watching like TV until I was a little older than you, I think.
I think I also started watching things very young
Yeah. So
that
like,
you wouldn't have watched.
yeah, I was busy like for the most part my growing up years were all like movies and DVDs that I had. They weren't like actual TV.
Yeah. TV was always just like, it's a bonding. Like all of my memories is I would go to my grandparents and watch TV with them.
Yeah.
There was like a parent swap one that we used to watch a lot.
Interesting.
But yeah, I watch a lot of TV. I still watch a lot of TV every time I'm home. Like me and my mom, my grandma, we've been watching Landman,
Interesting.
which I'm super behind on. And I need to catch up before spring break because what is spring break? Yeah, me and my mom and my grandma are gonna want to watch Landman with me. Oh, it's really good. It's real oil fields in Texas. Like I used to watch General Hospital, and Days of Our Lives was like our minor one. One Day Left to Live was like my huge one. One day. Something like that. That's what it was. Like we watched that every day. And then when that ended, like my mom cried.
There's been shows that have ended and I'm like, what do I do now?
I like had a mental breakdown when the Vampire Diaries ended, and then another one when the originals ended, and then when Legacies ended, I had a third mental breakdown.
That's tough.
I was a big TV kid. I still am a big TV girl. I would call myself a TV woman now.
I like TV, but I also do a lot of other things. So
will watch TV on the treadmill still.
I think I would get dizzy.
But you run outside and I don't.
That's true.
Okay. I think we're going to call it good then. Thanks for listening to M&M. If you have any TV loves,
Think about it to yourself.
say it somewhere. That's all from M&M. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Big sky, small world, walking up high mountain alone. Took her to the big sky.
Thank you for tuning in to Big Sky Small World. Theme music by Alex Coulter. Please follow and leave comments on Instagram at bigsky.smallworld. Tune in next week.